We're supposed to be different and be a little weird and different. It's not a bad thing. We're not meant to be the same. You are an extremely unique and individual person. So I'm telling you, don't let those invalid opinions of others just bring you to the pits.
Cool 101.3, how's it going? It's Jackie Brown, and this past weekend I was out in Edmonton to go see Selena Gomez. I actually sat down with Christina Grimmie. She was opening up for Selena. We talked about how tour's going, chocolate cravings. We're girls, gotta have some chocolate cravings, her new album, and so much more. The interview is going to be spread out over the hours, so let's get started. First, we talk about tour. I ask her if she worries about messing up on stage, and we'll talk a little bit about chocolate. So you're on the second tour with Selena. How's it going?
Great so far. We've had about two shows. I don't even know. We've had about 2 shows, and hopefully they'll just keep getting better and better.
So tonight being the third night, is there, you guys have kind of figured out the stage now, you kind of know movements and stuff. Is there anything that you're still worried about to go wrong, or...
I don't want to say I'm worried about anything. I feed off of the crowd, So if they're great, the better my performance is and whatnot. And I'm super crazy about making sure my voice is prepared. I have to warm up at a certain time, and I just don't want to lose my voice on tour. That would be the worst thing. So taking care of that's really important. But no, I don't know if I really worry about anything. It's just really crowd control, I want to make sure that they're enjoying the show too.
Has it ever happened that you lost your voice? I know this is a second tour with Selena, but has it ever, did it happen last tour?
I've never actually fully lost my voice, I don't think ever in my life. And on tour last year, I took it for granted a little bit. I didn't lose my voice, but I realized, I should really just be taking care of it more than I was anyway. So, yeah, I'm super careful with my voice. I'm usually no chocolate until after I sing, or no dairy, no ice cream, whatever. Sometimes I break the rules a tad, but
that's allowed. You can't go without your chocolate. We're girls. Gotta have your chocolate.
You have no idea. Me and chocolate, we're like this. Okay.
And being on tour with Selena, you've also, I think I saw a video of you two hanging out or something, a year or 2 ago. You were at her
Me
house.
And Selena?
Yeah.
Was it my video?
I think
because
so.
I was in her tennis court just making
I think
a video.
that's what it was.
Just popped out of nowhere.
Do you guys talk about touring and voicing, your voice and stuff?
With Selena?
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot of one-on-one time with Selena, honestly. She's just a busy bee, and I've been getting busier myself. And but last night she invited all the dancers and whatever to come on her bus, so we kind of just hung there with Emblem 3 and everything, and yeah, it was cool.
So we do have to take a little bit of a break. That is part 1 of the interview that I did with Christina Grimmie. We will be back in just a few minutes with her after some music, and we'll be talking about her new album, With Love, and a song that's been bringing a lot of her fans closer together. Cool 101.3, it's Jackie Brown, and we're back with Christina Grimmie. We're talking about her new album. It's called With Love. I asked her about the songs on the album, as well as how you know when you found your sound, because, artists are always looking for their quote-unquote sound. So I asked her how she found her sound. And you just had an album come out, too.
I did, yeah.
It's really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I've been, reading all the comments and stuff, and people are really loving it. How long did it take you to write it?
The full album, it was about half of it was written by myself and a few others. And it was a long process to figure out what I wanted to say and what sound I wanted. So for a good year, I spent writing for a different sound, for a different audience almost.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want that. I wasn't happy with it. And then when I started writing the With Love record, I think it was, I want my fun songs. I want songs that don't really mean much, I mean, not in a bad way, but like just to have fun and jam to. But then I also want the songs that mean something. I don't want a whole album of just sappy, like, amazing lyrics. I want half of my album to be that, and then I want half of it to just be like, yeah, go ahead, jam to this. So it kind of took a while, but we finished it, and I'm very proud of it. I'm really, really proud of it, and everyone loves it.
Oh, yeah.
Most people love it. So that's all that matters.
How do you know when you found your sound, I guess?
For me, it's all about, I usually base everything on how I feel when I sing. And if it doesn't fit my vocal style, it's not me. I experimented with indie sounds, and that just wasn't my way. That's not how I sing. And it all goes back to soul and, the Motown style. It's just like my favorite thing to sing. I sing that stuff all day. So like the R&B throwback soul vibe is like, it's like all I sing. I was like, why didn't that hit me earlier? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was definitely the inspiration for With Love.
That wraps up part 2 of our interview with Christina Grimmie, and when we come back, we'll be talking about a song more in depth from her album and what she wants to say to her fans. We are back with Christina Grimmie for part 3 of the interview, and I'm Jackie Brown. I sat down with Christina Grimmie at the Selena Gomez tour backstage in her dressing room, and we talked about her songs from the new album, which we're going to get to in just a few minutes. There's a song that's just bringing everyone together. It is called I Bet You Don't Curse God, and it is a very powerful song to some people, and it brings a lot of people together. So we're going to get to it. Here is part 3, talking about a little bit more about her album, as well as what she wants to say to her fans. And reading the comments, there's a lot of people who are liking the song I Bet You Don't Curse God.
Yeah.
Which does hit close to home for me. I don't know if
Really?
Mark told you, but my mom passed away 6 weeks ago, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
She had cancer for 17 years.
Oh,
and
gosh.
So it hits close to home to some people. How did you come up with, the lyrics for it? And
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That song in particular, me and 2 guys, we were kind of brainstorming what we wanted to write about, and we were a group of Christian people, so we were like, let's just write a song about God, and we were just brainstorming about how to go about doing that, and it was like, I mean, I don't cuss, I don't really, it's just one thing that I just choose not to do. I don't judge others if they do it, but it's just a personal thing. Like I don't cuss. So when we were writing the song, we were kind of just like, when people throw God around and throw these words around, when it all comes down to it, when you're having a problem or you're going through something like really crappy times 1,000, you're not really going to diss God. You're going to be like, God, help me. God, help this situation. And it's like, people just kind of passe it sometimes. And it's like, it was a very emotional write, actually. We wrote it in like 3 hours, though.
Wow.
But we were like, what do we really want to say? We want to talk about God, but not shove it in people's faces, But so we just wrote like a story, really.
Like, do you find it risky doing that kind of thing for people? I mean, there's people out there who don't believe in God,
right.
who don't want to believe in Him, and then someone comes out with a song that's
Right.
about Him. Like, do you think it's kind of risky to do that, or?
I think it is in a way, and it's not my job to make people believe in God, and I don't, I don't like to shove it in people's faces, but that's how I choose to live. I believe there's a God, and I put my full trust in Him, and I believe that if I'm gonna get persecuted for believing in God, then so be it, And having a song like that on the album, I think, is kind of it's good for me and what I live for. So.
Well, and I think it brings the fans together too, right? Like they're listening to the song, and there's comments going about the album and the song saying that they're sharing their story of why that song relates to them.
Yeah.
It must be cool for you to read that too, right?
Yeah, that song I've gotten a lot of feedback on in particular, and that makes me very happy. And I've even gotten like, oh, I'm an atheist and I love this song, and I'm like, well, that's awesome to me. It really is. Like, I mean, if people can relate to it, if anyone can relate to it, then that's great. That's awesome.
And is there anything that you kind of want to tell your fans, or?
I always want to tell them. Fans, gosh, guys, just wanted to say again for like the nth time, you guys are amazing, and I love you so much, and thank you for just supporting me for so long. I'm on Selena's tour, for goodness sake. That's mind-blowing in itself. So the fact that I get to do this because of you guys is just like, I can't even put that into words. So I love you guys so much. Team Grimmy, you guys are the best.
So there you have it. I'm Jackie Brown, and I sat down with Christina Grimmie when she was in Edmonton with Selena Gomez, and just talked about her album, her new music. And she has a new music video coming out for Tell My Mama. It's her new single. That'll be out September sometime. So make sure you look out for that. And if you want to check her out, just YouTube her. She is a YouTuber, Christina Grimmie on YouTube. And check out her covers and stuff, because they're really good too. And if you want to check out her album, just go to iTunes. It's called With Love. It's by Christina Grimmie.